Trial was written by Franz Kafka in 1915. He was 30 years old. It was originally written in German entitled Der Prozess, but was not published until after Kafka's death in 1924. The book was never actually completed, but left as a group of both finished and unfinished chapters that were later arranged into logical order. The book was later translated into English among other languages, leading to nuances in word choice and sentence structure that lent emphasis to themes such as knowledge, perception, and the law. The novel opens with the main character, Joseph K., being arrested. The ensuing scene sets the tone for the rest of the story. Actions occur before their genesis is explained. The author never provides more information than is necessary for a basic understanding of the action, and the precision and nuances of language are often key to the interpretation and understanding of the text. Joseph is put through a short tribunal in which very little information regarding his arrest is presented, besides the fact that he has been arrested and is free to go. Kay then visits the court, located at an undisclosed location inside a huge building. Upon finally finding the courtroom, he gives a speech condemning and demeaning the entire process in front of all the members of the court. Kay begins to learn more and more about the court and his trial as he goes to visit the court once more, seeks the advice of a lawyer several times, and visits with the court painter. Kay's work as the chief financial officer at a bank suffers as a result of his strenuous trial. He is constantly being told how helpless and dire his situation is, and it frustrates him to no end that he cannot affect the trial in any positive way. Near the end of the book, Kay visits a cathedral where he meets a priest who is somehow employed or associated with the court. The priest tells him the fable, Before the Law.
Before the law stands a doorkeeper on guard. To this doorkeeper comes a man from the country who begs admittance to the law. But the doorkeeper says that he cannot admit the man at the moment. The man, on reflection, asks if we will allow then to enter later. It is possible, answers the doorkeeper, but not at this moment. The doorkeeper gives him a stool and lets him sit down at the side of the door. There he sits waiting for days and years. In the first years, he curses his evil fate aloud. Later, as he grows older, he only mutters to himself. He grows old. Now his life is drawing to a close. Before he dies, all that he's experienced during the whole time of his sojourn condenses in his mind into one question which he has never yet put to the doorkeeper. He beckons the doorkeeper, since he can no longer raise his stiffening body. "What is it you want to know now?" asks the doorkeeper. "Everyone strives to attain the law," says the man. "How is it then that in all these years no one has come seeking admission but me?" The doorkeeper sees the man is at the end of his strength and his hearing is failing. So he bellows in his ear, "No one but you could gain admittance through this door, since this door was intended for no one but you. I am now going to shut it."
A year after his initial arrest, Kay is once again confronted by guards of the court, but this time they take him to be executed. In the beginning of the book, Kay has no knowledge whatsoever regarding his accusation, arrest, trial, or the court system. He is unable to foresee any of the events that occur, and is left helpless and subservient to the will of the court. As the novel continues, Joseph continually learns more and more about his trial and the court system. He is unable to use this knowledge to affect his trial in any way due to the nature of the court system and his position as the accused. As Joseph is about to be executed, he reaches the peak of his understanding regarding the court. He understands how the court works and his own guilt. Despite his knowledge of the court, he is unable to save himself or successfully complete his trial.
Kay now perceived clearly that he was supposed to seize the knife himself and plunge it into his own breast. But he did not do so. He merely gazed around him. His glance fell on the top story of the house which adjoins the quarry. Who was it? A friend? Someone who wanted to help? Where was the judge whom he had never seen? Where was the high court which he had never penetrated? He raised his hand and spread out all his fingers. But the hands of one of the partners were already at Kay's throat. With failing eyes, he could still see the two of them.
Just as it is the responsibility of those with power to use it in a positive and just manner, it is the responsibility of those with knowledge to do the same. For without the will, ability, or need to use it, knowledge is worthless.